The crystal chandelier cast golden shadows across empty tables. Kelwyn Drevane sat alone, staring at his untouched meal. This corner booth held ghosts of laughter. His daughter Alaris once giggled here every Sunday. "Daddy, can we share the chocolate cake again?" Her voice echoed through his broken heart still. 2 years had passed since the funeral. His wife Celeste had left him afterward. She chose his business partner over grief. Now silence filled his penthouse and his soul. The restaurant felt like a mausoleum tonight. Even success couldn't fill this crushing emptiness inside. Kelwyn pushed his barely touched pasta around slowly. The wine tasted bitter against his tongue. Outside, snowflakes danced against frosted window panes. He wondered why he kept returning here. Perhaps punishment felt better than complete numbness. "Excuse me, sir, may we have leftovers?" Two small voices pierced through his reverie. Twin girls stood beside his table trembling. Their blonde curls framed faces too thin. White lace dresses hung loose on frames. Their eyes held desperate hope and shame. Aravia and Saloon clutched each other's hands. They couldn't be older than 5. Those blue eyes reminded him of Alaris. His chest tightened with familiar, devastating pain. These children looked like tiny angels, but angels shouldn't beg for table scraps. "We haven't eaten since this morning, sir," Saloon whispered with downcast eyes and trembling. "Mama works back there washing dirty dishes." Aravia pointed toward the restaurant's kitchen doors. "She brings home leftover food usually." Her voice cracked with innocent honesty entirely. Kelwyn's throat constricted with sudden, overwhelming emotion. He remembered being 7 years old, standing outside fancy restaurants, stomach cramping. His mother worked 3 jobs then. Sometimes begging was their only dinner option. The shame still burned after decades. "Please don't tell Mama we asked." Aravia's eyes filled with unshed tears. "She doesn't know we came out." Saloon nodded quickly, fear replacing hunger. These children protected their mother's dignity. Even while starving, they thought of her. In the kitchen, Serenia Vale scrubbed plates. Her calloused hands moved efficiently despite exhaustion. She'd worked 16 hours today already. The manager promised leftover soup tonight, but the evening crowd ate everything. Her daughters were waiting at home. They'd pretend not to be hungry. Kelwyn's throat constricted with sudden, overwhelming emotion. He remembered being 7 years old, standing outside fancy restaurants, stomach cramping. His mother worked 3 jobs then. Sometimes begging was their only dinner option. The shame still burned after decades. "Please don't tell Mama we asked." Aravia's eyes filled with unshed tears. "She doesn't know we came out." Saloon nodded quickly, fear replacing hunger. These children protected their mother's dignity. Even while starving, they thought of her. In the kitchen, Serenia Vale scrubbed plates. Her calloused hands moved efficiently despite exhaustion. She'd worked 16 hours today already. The manager promised leftover soup tonight, but the evening crowd ate everything. Her daughters were waiting at home. They'd pretend not to be hungry. Kelwyn's hands shook as recognition dawned. These children were him 30 years. Their mother was his mother's ghost. Pride and poverty danced together cruelly. He wanted to sweep them away, buy them everything they'd ever need. But fear held him frozen still. His wife's betrayal had taught him. Kindness invited manipulation and opportunistic greed. People saw his wealth first. They forgot the broken boy underneath. Trust felt more dangerous than loneliness. Yet these innocent eyes demanded action. "Excuse me, sir, may we have leftovers?" "Wait here just one moment, please." Kelwyn's voice came out rough and he signaled the waiter with urgency. "Bring fresh meals for these girls." His credit card appeared like magic. "Make it quick, but make excellent." The twins exchanged glances of disbelief. Fresh food meant someone cared tonight. Aravia reached for Kelwyn's hand shyly. "Thank you, Rister. You're very kind." Her touch burned through his defenses. Alaris used to hold hands exactly. Warm chicken soup arrived with bread. Fresh fruit and chocolate milk followed. The girls ate with careful manners. They saved half for their mother. Even in hunger, love guided decisions. Kelwyn watched from across the room. Before they could thank him again, he slipped out the back entrance. The cold air bit his cheeks. but warmth spread through his chest. For the first time since Alaris, something resembled peace touched his heart. Weeks passed, but voices haunted him. "May we have your leftovers, sir?" The question echoed through board meetings. It whispered during lonely dinners nightly. Those blue eyes appeared in dreams. Alaris and the twins merged together. Kelwin hired private investigators, quietly, efficiently. He learned Serenia's story completely thoroughly. Single mother of incredible strength always. She wrote children's stories secretly. Her talent sparkled despite crushing poverty. Dreams lived in notebook margins. Anonymous benefactors could change lives sometimes. Kelwin contacted major publishing houses discreetly. He submitted Serenia's work without attribution. Her stories touched editors' hearts immediately. A contract appeared within weeks, surprisingly. The book launch drew crowds tonight. Mama's Little Dreamers became best-selling magic. Serenia glowed with pride and joy. Aravia and Saloon wore new dresses. They never asked for leftovers. Their dreams had grown into reality. Kelwin watched from the back corner. His heart swelled with quiet satisfaction. This family would never go hungry. Their future stretched bright and hopeful. He'd given them wings without taking credit for their flight path. "Thank you for the food, mister." Aravia appeared beside him suddenly, gracefully. Her smile lit up the room. Before Serenia could see his face, Kelwin melted into the departing crowd. Outside, he made a silent promise. No food would waste in restaurants. Hunger programs would receive his funding. Other children wouldn't beg for scraps. The cycle of shame would break. With his generation's courage finally. His phone buzzed with a message. Serenia had sent her publisher. A dedication page for her next book was already planned. "For the kind stranger who fed my daughters when hope was the only meal left." Kelwin smiled through tears of healing. Alaris would be proud tonight, undoubtedly. Sometimes, the greatest kindness happened when nobody was watching closely. Love multiplied in secret, generous moments. The way her daughter always believed it should work exactly.